Hey everyone! Humphrey Airy! It's been a while since I've done one of these crypto explainers. So today, let's talk about Polkadot, often called the blockchain of blockchains, Polkadot, and its native token. Dot are a top 10 cryptocurrency by market cap. The platform's big goal is to connect different crypto platforms together, enabling something called interoperability. We'll get into what that means. But for now, just know that even though there are thousands of blockchains, it's really hard, sometimes impossible, for them to talk to each other. In this video, we'll cover what Polkadot is, how it's different, and what to consider before you think about investing. If you want to join over 300,000 like-minded people learning about personal finance, investing, and crypto, consider subscribing. It's free, and you can always change your mind. So, what is Polkadot? It's a Web3 cryptocurrency created by the Web3 Foundation back in 2017. One of its founders, Dr. Gavin Wood, he's pretty well known. He was a co-founder of Ethereum and actually created the smart contract coding language Solidity. The main problem Polkadot aims to solve is that new blockchains and cryptocurrencies are constantly launching, and each one is a little different. Polkadot was built to tackle this exact issue. Let us do a quick refresher on blockchains because it'll help you understand the rest of the video. A blockchain is just a digital database that stores transactions. As new information gets recorded, data is added into different blocks. When you put all these blocks together, you get a blockchain. Different projects, like Cardano or Solana, have different blockchain architectures. As crypto gets more popular, we'll see even more projects, which means interoperability will become increasingly important. Interoperability is just the ability for different computer systems to exchange information. As of late 2021, there were over 13,000 crypto, and their main problem is they can't really talk to each other. If they can, it's often slow and inefficient. That's where Polkadot comes in. It aims to be the first layer 0 inches protocol, allowing different cryptocurrencies to operate seamlessly with each other. Think of individual blockchains like Ethereum and Bitcoin. They have their own architecture and are basically their own ecosystem. These are called Layer 1 South. Then you have Layer 2 protocols, like Polygon, which is a network built on top of the Ethereum chain. Layer 1 South and Layer 2 South usually work well together because the Layer 2 is built on the Layer 1S architecture. But one Layer 1 doesn't work well with another Layer 1, like Cardano trying to work with. They have completely different designs. Polkadot wants to be Layer 0, allowing all these blockchains to coexist and communicate. How does it do this? Polkadot uses a unique hub and spoke model. They call the hub a relay chain, which uses a proof-of-stake system and connects other networks together to achieve consensus. This provides security and financial incentive as people stake their DOT tokens inside the relay chain. If the relay chain is the hub, then the spokes are called parasaions. In the Polkadot ecosystem, parasaions are customized for whatever blockchain they connect to. This lets specific functions remain the same even when two different blockchains interact. To simplify it even more, let's say I created Humphrey Coin to track spending habits, and I want to sync it with a smart contract platform like Cardano. Polkadot can act as a bridge. One of its parasaions, the spoke, would connect to Humphrey Coin, and another parachain would connect to Cardano. Because each parachain can be customized, it doesn't matter that Humphrey Coin and Cardano are different. Data moves from Humphrey Coin through its parachain into the relay chain or the hub where the magic happens. This is a simplified example, but it's the core of how Polkadot operates. The proof-stake system in the relay chain also gives Polkadot its second key feature, a shared security model. Smaller blockchains might not have enough power to block a massive cyber attack on their own. But by using Polkadot, they can pool their resources in the hub to provide additional security for each other. It's a strength in numbers kind of thing. This gives platforms that use Polkadot a lot of security and scalability from the get-go. If I were to release Humphrey Coin on its own, I'd need to make sure it had enough economic value to be secure. Or I could just use Polkadot scalability to get a boost in security right away. Now, let's talk about the DOT token. Polkadot's native token is called DOT. The initial coin offering, or ICO, in 2017 was one of the most successful ever, raising over $200 million. The DO2 co-launched in late 2020, and there are currently about 987 million coins in supply. Onin Dot gives you a say in the platform's governance, like setting network fees, adding or removing parachains, and approving upgrades. You can also stake Dot to help the network run and get some pretty high rewards. In terms of tokenomics, Dot is inflationary. This is to combat the large amount of tokens that will be staked on the platform. Little inflation is necessary to keep things in balance, because if all the Dot tokens were locked up in staking, the supply would dry up, the price would get too high, and that would discourage future developers. I also want to quickly mention Polkadot's predecessor, Kusama. It's an experimental version of Polkadot, known as a Canary Network. Canary networks are important because they let developers test a coin or a new feature before it is released to the main network. Kusama is basically the testing ground for Polkadot. If we look at development activity on platforms like GitHub, we can see that Polkadot and Kusama consistently have some of the most developer commits. This is a great indicator of where developer activity is happening. So let's talk about price and where to buy it. For US users, you can find Dot on Coinbase, Gemini, and Kraken, but it's not on FTX, Robinhood, or Binance US. At the time of this recording, Polkadot was trading around $38 to $42 per token, with a market cap of about $40 billion. For context, Bitcoin is around 1.1 trillion, and Ethereum is around 500 billion. If Polkadot were to reach Ethereum's market cap, the price of a Dot token would go from the 40s to about $500. Of course, it's hard to say if or when it could achieve that. Polkadot is still a relatively new, only starting to trade in August 2020. Since its launch, it has increased almost 1,000%. Its all-time high was around $55. Because it hasn't been around long, it's hard to tell how it will perform in a major bear market. During the July 2021 crypto dip, Dot dropped from about $48 all the